This presentation will provide information about the student-focused and faculty-driven 5-step process to equivalency. The objective is to assist viewers in understanding the rigorous statewide course equivalency process, including the development and implementation. There are two types of faculty panels involved in the process: the writing or development panel and the review panel. Anytime a new statewide guarantee is being proposed and implemented, the Ohio Department of Higher Education assures that the key players are consistently involved throughout the 5-step process to equivalency. One of the key players is faculty. The 5-step process provides an opportunity to maintain integrity and build trust among faculty content experts. The 5 steps include defining, agreeing, matching, submitting, and reviewing. How do we define criteria and standards for an equivalency? First, faculty lead experts conduct upfront intelligence research by studying common courses offered, reviewing syllabi, identifying potential statewide guaranteed courses, reviewing external standards such as accreditation and third-party credentials, and drafting learning outcomes and other criteria like credit hours and prerequisites or co-requisites. Equivalency could come in the form of a guaranteed degree pathway, a guaranteed course, or a guaranteed program. Degree pathways often include additional components such as prerequisite courses. More details are available in the videos for Transfer Assurance Guides, or TAGs, in Ohio Transfer 36. While the panel lead expert is working on defining learning outcomes and other criteria, the Ohio Department of Higher Education collaborates with institutions to collect nominations for faculty content experts who will discuss and finalize the drafted criteria for the statewide course or program equivalency guarantee. Once a panel is formed and the panel lead expert is ready to present findings, a faculty panel meeting is scheduled. The panel meets to refine the statewide criteria, including learning outcomes, credit hours, prerequisites, co-requisites, and/or third-party industry credential. Once the panel reaches a recommendation, the proposed criteria are sent for a statewide endorsement. During the agreeing process, the panel's proposed criteria are presented to Ohio's public institutions of higher education in a survey format to solicit feedback. For any statewide criteria to be endorsed, a consensus needs to be reached by the institutions. Once survey responses are collected, the results are analyzed, refined, and/or revised based on institutional feedback. If substantial changes are needed after the initial endorsement survey, the process will be repeated. This step can take varying amounts of time depending on the complexity and refinement needed. Once a consensus is reached, the Ohio Department of Higher Education sends an announcement regarding the new statewide guarantee to the provost, chief academic officers, and institutional coordinators. Superintendents receive communication regarding CTAGs as well. Currently, nominations for faculty to serve on a review panel are made from institutions. Matching process begins when institutions react to the endorsed statewide guarantee by identifying courses or programs that may match the endorsed criteria. A coordinator at each individual institution facilitates the matching process with faculty. For courses that institutions identified as a possible match, applicable materials are gathered such as working syllabus, sample course assessments, and descriptions for how their students meet each learning outcome. Each description may include detailed references on student assignments, faculty assessment methodologies, textbook chapters and sections, and time spent on each learning outcome. The description should be focused on student learning. Sample syllabi and learning outcome descriptions are available upon request. Contact the appropriate coordinator at the institution so that they can work with the Ohio Department of Higher Education to obtain examples. Useful strategies for crafting learning outcome descriptions include a use of Bloom's taxonomy and students will be able to verbiage. All of the above materials will be used to complete a submission form in the Course Equivalency Management System, or CEMS, an electronic tool used by the Ohio Department of Higher Education. Each submission is a result of the collaborative work between the institutional coordinator and faculty. At the state level, a faculty review panel is formed and trained to conduct the validation process of each course and program against endorsed criteria. The faculty review panel is composed of representatives in the specific discipline area from 2- and 4-year public colleges and universities, as well as secondary and adult career technical institutions. depending on the type of statewide guarantee initiative. Each review is facilitated by a panel lead. The panel validates that the learning outcomes are being met with appropriate rigor based upon the submitted materials. It is important to note that because the panel members are not present in the classroom, as much detailed information as possible is needed to make the appropriate decisions for the state. Once panel members come to a consensus that the submission meets the statewide criteria, the match is considered equivalent and is approved. Consensus means that each panel decision is not made simply based upon the majority vote. Rather, the process allows the opinions of individual panel member reviewers to be heard by others and takes their feedback into consideration in the final decision. If the panel needs additional information or materials are deemed not equivalent to learning outcomes, the match is sent back to the institution for updates or revisions. The panel members complete the reviews electronically using the Course Equivalency Management System, or CEMS. Once matches are approved by the faculty panel, they will be posted in two areas: the course reporting system for educators and administrators, and the credit transfer tool for students and parents. The data on these websites contains only the approved statewide guaranteed courses and are frequently updated. Ohio's articulation and transfer initiatives have received recognition from other states primarily due to the emphasis on faculty involvement from the beginning and throughout the entire process. Faculty members act as stewards for curriculum development and ensure the appropriate quality and rigor are applied to courses in their disciplines. Ohio's process involves collaboration among faculty, businesses, industries, institutions, and state agencies. Ohio's statewide learning outcomes and other criteria are student-focused and based upon faculty-driven processes. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you now have a better understanding of Ohio's 5-step process to equivalency.